today's particular class. So the topic is revision of returns and penalty late fees. So the first thing is a refund of interest paid on reclaim of reversal due to mismatch. Okay, see, when there is a refund you are doing on the interest paid on reclaim of reversal due to mismatch. So what are the things you should follow? Where any reduction in output tax liability has been accepted on account of mismatch, right? In the output tax liability, there has been a mismatch. What you are showing, that is different, and what exactly it is as per the tax rules, it is different. There has been a mismatch. The interest paid at 18% shall be refunded to the recipient or the supplier as the case may be. In that case, up to 18%, the interest will be paid because there has been a mismatch, right? There has been a mismatch. It will be paid to the recipient or to the supplier as the case may be, right? It shall be claimed by the registered person in the form number GSTR3, right? Who is the registered person? He has to claim that by filling a form, that is GST registration form number 3. And similarly, it is credited to his electronic credit ledger, right? It is directly not credited to the bank account, but first of all, it is credited to electronic credit ledger in form GST PMT 5, right? And then after that, amount credited shall be available for payment for any future liability towards interest, or he may claim it as a refund. So taxpayer will get two options, that either he can keep that as in his particular electronic credit ledger account for his future payments in the next year, or any other payments if you want to do. In that case, he can use that for the future liabilities, or else if you want to claim that thing as a refund, you want to withdraw that money as a refund, that also can be allowed. Now, return filing rectification. In sometimes there, when you file a return, you find that certain rectification you want to do, certain alteration or some modification you want to do. So then, in that rectification, if any errors or omission occurs in a return, can be filed a revised return. So instead of having a rectification, the GST authorities council has made it clear that you don't have to go for a rectification one, but you can file a revised return. Instead of rectification, who has committed any kind of error, omission has occurred, means he has not entered any transaction, omission has occurred. In those all cases, what he can do is he can file a revised return. No, under GST law, return cannot be revised, but can be, the error can be rectified in return of subsequent month in which such error was noticed. So entire thing cannot be rectified. You cannot revise entire return GST form, but whatever mistakes you have done, errors you have done, error of commission it is there, or error of omission has happened in the subsequent month, means in the coming month, you can add those all things, right? Rectification means the form you have sent, that is over, that is already sent. But now to rectify it, you can't do the rectification of the form which you have sent. In the subsequent month, in the coming month, uh, whatever errors were there, you can notice it. But no rectification of error or omission shall be allowed after furnishing of the return month of the September. See, once you do the rectification or return of the month of September, following is the end of the financial year, right? September generally will be treated as the end of the here, quarterly it will be ending. So you can't do any rectification after that. So if anybody is doing any rectification, if you want to do after September, in those several cases, it is not allowed. Furnishing of relevant annual returns, whichever is earlier. If you have relevant annual return or you have rectification of the data, whichever is earlier, that will be treated as the final rectification. Penalty for non filing of return. If anybody is not filing any return, now in that case of non filing of a return, what is the amount of penalty? What if a person fails to file his return on or before due date. Tax department will give you a due date. Before that due date, you have to file your return. You can't tell that you are having some work and you were busy, you didn't do the filing of the return. No. So if you do that, you will have to face a penalty, right? If a person fails to file his return, a notice shall be issued in form GSTR 3A, right? The tax department will issue a notice. The notice, it will be there in the form GSTR 3A, requiring him to furnish such return within 15 days, right? They will tell that within 15 days, he has to file his return. So this will be contained in form GSTR 3A, right? One who has not filed the return, the tax department will send him a notice which will be issued in the form GSTR 3A, and they will tell him to file a return within 15 days. What shall be the penalty of not filing of return within due date? If he has not filed within due date, what will be the penalty? Where any person who fails to furnish a return of outward supply, inward supply, monthly return, final return within due date, right? Within due date, if he has not filed the return of these all things, whether outward is supply is there, inward supply is there, or monthly return is there, or final return, right? Final return is also there. In those cases, within due date, if he has not filed the return, he shall be liable to pay the late fees of rupees 100 per day. Every day, it will be charged as 100 per day as the late fees, during which such failure constitutes, subject to a maximum of rupees 5,000. So maximum, it can be up to 5,000 as the late penalty fees, where any person who fails to furnish annual return within due date. So in some cases, some of the taxpayer, they don't pay the return within due date, that is annual return. In that case, he shall be liable to the late fees of rupees 100 per day. There also, he is liable to pay the late fees of rupees 100 per day, subject to maximum amount of which shall be 25% of the total turnover in the state or union territory, right? So maximum of the penalty is how much? The maximum of the penalty is 25, 0.25%, 0.25%. Suppose his maximum turnover in the state or in this particular state like Karnataka is some 1 crore rupees. So out of 1 crore, it is 0.25%, right? That will be the maximum amount of penalty he has to pay for annual return. Now, what is the return filing under GST? Now, return filing under GST, do we have to file a return as prescribed form the July 1st, 2017? Let us take, we have taken a date like 1st July 2017. No, government has provided relaxation in filing of monthly return, that is GST form number 3, for the period of 2 months, that is July and August, right? You will get some time. Instead of filing return of form GST number 3, every registered person can file a statement in form GSTR 3B containing the information of inward and outward supply of goods and services, right? Instead of directly going and filing a return under GSTR 3, form number 3, he can go to the form GSTR 3B, and there he can fill all the information of inward and outward supplies of goods and services by 20th of August, by 20th of August for the month of July. Whatever information is there of the July, he can fill that up to 20th of August, and 20th of September for the month of August, right? This way he can file his return. Then return filing under GST. The return filing under GST, the due date of filing GSTR1 and GSTR2 for the month of July and August has been changed through notification number 29, that is 2007 notification, central tax date 9/5/2017 to July GSTR1, that is 10/9/2017, that is revised date. July again GSTR2 25/9/2017, July GSTR3, 30/9/2017. And August, GSTR 1, that is 5/10/2017. Then GSTR 2 again on 10/10/2017. And GSTR 3 on 15/10/2017. So these are some of the forms. Likewise, you have to submit under GST. So by this way, we need to file our return. And if you don't file your return, the tax department